5 nuts that may silently weaken your legs, reduce your ability to walk, and slowly take away your strength, and 5 nuts that may better support memory, heart health, lower inflammation, and help keep your muscles strong if you're older. For years, nuts have been sold as healthy, heart healthy, low carb, full of good fats. But the truth is not that simple. And if you're an older adult, this matters even more. Because some of the so-called healthy nuts people keep eating may quietly fuel inflammation, affect cholesterol, weaken muscle strength, and make it harder to stay active, sharp, and steady with age. Silent, but serious, the kind that builds up slowly, making your legs feel weaker, stairs harder to climb, and balance less steady over time. And here's what most people never realize. Some of the worst offenders are nuts many seniors keep in the kitchen all the time. Another one, often seen as a smart snack, may be linked to blood sugar problems and weaker bones when eaten too often. But there are also 5 other nuts, the ones that may better support memory, heart health, lower inflammation, and help keep your muscles strong. So stay with me, because in this video we're going to uncover the 5 nuts older adults should be most careful with, and then look at the 5 best nuts to choose instead. Now let's start with nuts you should avoid and why. 1. Bitter almonds. Almonds are often praised as a smart, heart-healthy snack, but one type in particular can be surprisingly dangerous, especially if eaten raw. While regular almonds are safe and packed with nutrition, bitter almonds contain a natural compound called amygdalin. When digested, this turns into cyanide, a toxic substance that interferes with how your body uses oxygen. And that's where the real problem begins. Just 4 to 5 raw bitter almonds can cause symptoms like lightheadedness, nausea, or confusion. Eat more than 10, and the results can be severe enough to require emergency care. That's because the body's ability to break down toxins like cyanide declines with age, making seniors especially vulnerable to even small amounts. The older you are, the higher the risk. Cooking or processing bitter almonds destroys the danger, but eating them raw, as some so-called natural health sources recommend, is not just risky. It can be outright harmful. To make things more confusing, bitter almonds are often sold as apricot kernels or labeled as detox aids. But there's no detox in cyanide. For seniors looking to stay sharp, energized, and independent, these nuts are one to avoid entirely. But bitter almonds aren't the only nut to watch out for. Next is a nut almost everyone keeps in their kitchen, a favorite at parties, in snacks and spreads. But while it's loved by many, it's quietly fueling inflammation and prone to dangerous contamination that most people never even think about. 2. Peanuts. Peanuts might come off as an innocent, budget-friendly snack, something you'll find in trail mix protein bars or smeared on toast. But for older adults, these common snacks are doing more harm than you think. Surprisingly, peanuts aren't true nuts. They belong to the legume family and grow underground, making them especially vulnerable to contamination from aflatoxins, harmful toxins created by mold. These toxins have been linked to cell damage, weakened immune responses, and a higher risk of certain cancers over time. As we get older, our bodies aren't as efficient at flushing out toxins like they once were. So even if peanuts never caused you issues in the past, they might now be contributing to hidden liver stress, unexplained fatigue, and low-grade inflammation. What's more, peanuts are packed with omega-6 fatty acids. While our bodies do need some omega-6s, too much can disrupt the balance with omega-3s and promote widespread inflammation. That is a key factor in joint pain, sluggish circulation, and memory issues. And if you're taking blood thinners, something many people over 65 are, there's another red flag. Peanuts contain vitamin K, which can interfere with your medication, increasing the risk of dangerous blood clots or unexpected bleeding. Even peanut butter isn't off the hook. Most commercial options are loaded with added sugar, salt, and hydrogenated oils, a cocktail that can quietly push your blood pressure up and wear down your heart over time. So while peanuts might seem like a convenient source of protein for seniors, they could be silently undermining your energy, mobility, and overall well-being. Now, before we continue, I want to know where you are watching from and what issue you have, so I know how to potentially help you. So comment it below. 3. Macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts offer more than just a creamy, indulgent flavor. They also silently contribute to muscle loss and slower recovery in aging adults. These nuts are unusually high in fat, but low in both protein and fiber, two nutrients your muscles need to stay strong and supported. Without them, your body struggles to rebuild tissue, leading to weaker legs, longer recovery times, and gradual loss of strength. Their high calorie density also makes weight gain more likely, especially if you're less active. An extra weight puts even more pressure on aging joints, making it harder to walk, climb stairs, or stay mobile. What's more, many store-bought macadamias are roasted in inflammatory oils and sprinkled with salt. Two ingredients known to worsen joint stiffness and circulation, particularly in older adults. But macadamia nuts aren't the only hidden danger. There's a much smaller nut that looks innocent but can be interfering with your medications without you even knowing it. 4. Pine nuts. You've probably seen pine nuts sprinkled over gourmet salads or blended into a rich pesto. Small, refined, and seemingly harmless. But for older adults, these tiny seeds might be carrying risks that are easy to overlook. One of the biggest concerns is their potential to interfere with common medications. Pine nuts can impact how your body processes blood pressure medications, cholesterol-lowering statins, and even drugs used for circulation or heart rhythm. When these interactions occur, they can lead to dangerous spikes in blood pressure, erratic heartbeats, or unexpected clotting issues, especially for seniors juggling multiple prescriptions. A clinical review published in Frontiers in Nutrition in 2022 even flagged pinolenic acid, a compound in pine nuts, for its ability to alter how the liver processes certain medications, potentially throwing off treatment plans without anyone realizing it. What makes this even more troubling is how rarely pine nuts appear on dietary caution lists. Most people, doctors included, don't think to flag them as a potential concern. But that's not where the story ends. Pine nuts have also been associated with a strange condition known as pine mouth. This is when a persistent metallic or bitter taste develops after eating them, making everything you eat or drink taste off for days, sometimes weeks. For seniors already battling low appetite or weight loss, this can lead to reduced food intake, loss of strength, and slower recovery from illness or injury. Add to that the fact that pine nuts are rich in polyunsaturated fats, which oxidize quickly. Once oxidized, these fats release damaging compounds that can age the brain faster, clog arteries, and intensify joint pain. And the older those nuts are, the worse the effect. Lastly, because of their small, slippery shape, pine nuts can be a choking risk, especially for those with dry mouth or swallowing difficulties, which become more common with age. So while pine nuts may look delicate and nutritious, they may quietly be putting your medication safety, brain health, and appetite at risk all in one small bite. Now here is the upside. Not all nuts are harmful. In fact, there's one powerhouse nut that does the opposite, supporting memory, heart health, and muscle strength as you grow older. I will be sharing them soon. It's a must-have for every senior. But there's another popular nut that's buttery, creamy, and surprisingly even more harmful for your bones. Let's talk about that next. 5. Cashews. Cashews might look like the perfect snack. Creamy, filling, and often marketed as a heart-healthy option. But for seniors, this popular nut can quietly chip away at your most important foundation, your bones. What most people don't realize is that cashews are high in oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium in your gut and prevent your body from absorbing it properly. And without enough available calcium, bones become more fragile over time. That's a serious concern for older adults. As bone density naturally declines with age, even a small deficiency can raise your risk of fractures, poor balance, and mobility loss, all of which can lead to longer recovery times or even life-altering falls. But it doesn't stop there. Cashews also contain more carbohydrates than most nuts, which can cause sudden blood sugar spikes, especially dangerous for seniors managing pre-diabetes or diabetes. Over time, those spikes can harm the tiny blood vessels in your legs and feet, leading to poor circulation, numbness, and slow healing wounds. However, the risk doesn't end with your bones. Cashews can also increase the risk of kidney stones. That's because those same oxalates that block calcium can crystallize inside your kidneys, especially if you're not staying well hydrated, which many seniors struggle with. And finally, there's the issue of texture. Cashews are smooth and dense, which can make them a choking hazard for anyone dealing with dry mouth or reduced chewing strength, two common age issues. So while cashews might seem like a luxurious and harmless treat, they can quietly contribute to bone loss, nerve damage, kidney issues, and more. If you're trying to make better food choices as you age, this is definitely one nut you'll want to cross off your list. But here's the good news. Like I said before, while some nuts can harm your health, others can help restore it. One in particular is packed with compounds that boost memory, protect the heart, and support strong legs as you age. Here are nuts I advise every senior should add to your diet. 1. Chestnut. Unlike most other nuts, chestnuts are low in fat and much higher in complex carbs and fiber. That means they provide steady energy, help keep you full, and support healthy digestion, all without weighing you down. Chestnuts are also packed with vitamin C, a nutrient you don't usually find in nuts, along with vitamin E and antioxidants that help reduce inflammation and protect muscle tissue as you age. In one study, chestnut consumption was linked to better blood sugar control and lower LDL cholesterol, making them a smart option for seniors looking to protect their heart and metabolism. You can roast them, grind them into flour, or even chop them into rice and pasta dishes. Just be sure to store them in an airtight container in the fridge, as they're more perishable than other nuts. Personally, I love roasting mine and mixing them into warm grain bowls. It's delicious and incredibly nourishing. What about you? Let me know in the comments how you like to enjoy chestnuts. 2. Almonds. Almonds are more than just a crunchy snack. They're one of the best daily habits a senior can build. Packed with calcium, magnesium, and healthy fats, almonds support everything from your bones and muscles to your heart and memory. Let's start with your bones. As we get to our 60s, bone density naturally declines and the risk of osteoporosis rises. But almonds offer a smart defense. They're rich in calcium, which helps strengthen bones, and magnesium, which ensures that calcium is delivered where it's needed. Your bones, not your arteries. And it doesn't stop at bone strength. Almonds also help preserve muscle mass, thanks to their combination of plant protein and monounsaturated fats. That's important because muscle loss is one of the biggest drivers of weakness, instability, and fall risk in seniors. In one long-term study published in the Journal of Nutrition, older adults who included nuts like almonds in their diets had higher physical function scores and lower rates of frailty than those who didn't. Almonds are also a natural source of fiber, which helps ease constipation and bloating. Two common issues that can sap your energy and mobility. And their heart protective fats have been shown to reduce LDL cholesterol, supporting smoother circulation and lower stroke risk. Plus, the brown skin on almonds is full of antioxidants that help protect your brain from age decline, preserving memory and clarity as the years go on. So if you're looking for one daily nut that supports your bones, muscles, heart, digestion, and brain, almonds are a true all-rounder. But almonds are just the beginning. The next nut on our list isn't just good for your body. It's like rocket fuel for your mind. It enables you to think more quickly and remember things more clearly. 3. Walnuts. There's something poetic about walnuts. They look like miniature brains, and in many ways nature wasn't wrong. Walnuts are one of the best foods for supporting senior brain health. The secret lies in ALA, or alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid found in abundance in walnuts. ALA plays a key role in keeping your brain cells flexible and healthy, which helps with memory, focus, and coordination as we age. But walnuts don't stop at structure, they also protect. Thanks to their rich supply of polyphenols, walnuts act as natural defenders against brain inflammation and oxidative stress. These antioxidants are special. They can actually cross the blood-brain barrier and help shield neurons from damage that leads to memory loss and cognitive decline. In one study published in the Journal of Nutrition Health and Aging, seniors who consumed walnuts regularly performed better on memory and processing tests than those who didn't, suggesting real cognitive benefits from this simple habit, and the benefits go beyond the mind. Walnuts also contain arginine, an amino acid that supports healthy blood flow, helping your muscles get the oxygen they need to stay strong, balanced, and stable. As a bonus, walnuts even have a natural source of melatonin, which helps improve sleep quality, a major factor in maintaining energy, clarity, and mood. Just a small handful a few times a week can support your mind movement and sleep, all with one humble nut. 4. Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts may not be as popular as almonds or walnuts, but when it comes to hormonal health and strength, they are one of the most powerful nuts you can eat. They're incredibly rich in selenium, a mineral essential for healthy thyroid function. Your thyroid plays a critical role in regulating metabolism, energy levels, and muscle maintenance. 3 things that become harder to manage as you age. In fact, just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day is enough to meet your selenium needs. Studies show that seniors with healthy thyroid levels experience better muscle mass, improved coordination, and even stronger immune function. Brazil nuts also support testosterone production in both men and women, which helps fight against the natural decline in muscle strength and bone density that comes with aging. To get the most benefit, stick with raw, unsalted Brazil nuts and avoid eating more than 2 or 3 a day, as too much selenium can be harmful over time. They're perfect as a midday snack or chopped into oatmeal or yogurt for a satisfying, nutrient-rich boost. Next up is one that has hidden power when it comes to maintaining a young heart and clear vision. Are you ready for what I promised? Here it comes. 5. Pistachios. If you've been told to avoid salt as you get older, you might think snacking on nuts is off the table. But pistachios prove that not all nuts are created equal, especially when it comes to protecting your mobility, heart, and vision. While some salty snacks can spike blood pressure, pistachios do the opposite. They're naturally rich in potassium, which helps counteract the effects of sodium and supports smoother, more stable blood flow. That means better circulation, a healthier heart, and stronger legs to keep you moving with confidence. But that's just the beginning. Pistachios also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 important carotenoids that protect your eyes from age-related macular degeneration. Maintaining clear vision as you age doesn't just help you see, it helps prevent falls, boosts coordination, and preserves your independence. And like other heart-healthy nuts, pistachios deliver a balanced dose of healthy fats and plant protein, which supports steady energy without the crash. This makes them an ideal option for seniors managing blood sugar, weight, or fatigue. They also engage your hands and mind in a surprisingly helpful way. Cracking open the shells not only encourages mindful eating, but also helps maintain hand-eye coordination and fine motor skills. A small but important habit as we age. In one clinical study published in Hypertension, adults who ate pistachios daily experienced a significant drop in systolic blood pressure, a benefit tied directly to their potassium and antioxidant levels. If you're looking for a colourful, satisfying snack that supports your heart, vision strength, and brain, pistachios are hard to beat. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. And don't forget to join us here on Senior Meal Coach for more simple, practical tips to help you stay strong, healthy, and independent as you age.